Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Send your request into designs@patioheat.com for your personalized recommendations. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have the residential application here where they have a covered patio deck area here and then also a balcony space up here. Let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. So overall dimensions on this lower space here, I have about 24 feet distance from left to right. And then, I put a wall over here. I'm not quite sure if this wall is here or not, but in any case I do have it there, and I have that at 23.5 inches, 23 feet and 6 inches, I should say. The ceiling height I have at 10 feet off the finished floor, and then this section right here I have at 6'3". I'm not quite sure if that's true or not as well. Up here I have a height of the doorways, sliding doorways, and I'm assuming that this is also a sliding doorway down here at the bottom. I have this at 6 feet 10, and as far as the height's concerned, 6 feet 10 and 3/4. It might be just slightly higher, I'm not quite sure. I should also mark in the distances on this here real quick. So the distance I have for this space here is 16 feet, and then for this space I believe it was around 6 feet. I'm not quite sure if that's going to be true or not, but that shouldn't matter as long as these are sliding doors. And that's pretty much about it. So let's go ahead and look at a couple of the options. Now I'm gonna go ahead and turn off these dimensions, as well as I'm gonna remove the structure over here and just show you some of the things that I saw in the images. Not quite sure if I'm matching this all up properly, but so there's a metal I-beam that comes across here, it looked like, and then possibly one over here, and then this is all wood structure, ceiling joists, and also there's some spacers between each one. I'm not quite sure if that was true or not. I have these at 16-inch center to center on each one of those. These here ceiling rafters, I have them at double, 2x8s or something of that nature, maybe 2x10s. But in any case, as long as they're at least 8 inches tall, that's going to be fine, and that's true with this over here. So what they had shown me in the image is they really wanted to have a couple of heaters placed, and I'll put those here. They wanted to have a couple of heaters placed in this location like that. Now I would say this would work. However, we would need to just confirm that the clearances below are met. You need a minimum of 18 inches from this edge of the heater here all the way to the right of where this door is going to be, or wall we might call it, and that would be fine as long as that is true, that we are meeting those clearances. So there's 18 inches of clearance on all four sides of the heater below it, as well as 36 inches down, and then you would put in the flush mount kit, and I would put a 6,000 watt unit in an installation height of this height, and then you would also need to put in a 1 hour rated firewall that would surround the enclosure of the flush mount kit itself. So this would be the 1 hour fire rated drywall. This would be the flush mount kit itself, and then the heater inside of that kit. So as long as we're meeting those clearances, everything looks fine. The only thing I would probably want to just verify is that the footprint of heat. Now, is that footprint of heat going to be something that they're going to really appreciate? Now I have a dining table here and some just reclining chairs over here. If this dining table is going to be further out, in this location here, then yes, it's under the covered area space, but you can see here that these spaces here will not be heated at all with regards to the heaters placed in this position. Let's go and I'm going to turn on one other thing here. Well, let's just go and mark this real quick. I'm going to just mark the fact that I have the center of the heater from the wall. I want to make sure that we have that correctly here. So I have that from that edge to the wall itself. I have that at, let's see if I can get this proper. And we'll try it this way. Sorry for the delay here. Yeah, still, there we go. All right, so I have, well, it's even off a little bit, but I have it at roughly about 3.5, well, 3 feet 11 inches. Let's see if we can do actually a better correct. Yeah, so 3 feet 11 and 1/4 inch would be the true dimension that I have, and as long as you meet that, then that's what you are going to receive as far as the footprint of heat is concerned. Now, what would I recommend in this location if this is even available to do? I would probably want to put in a different flush mount units. I'd probably want the 5,000 watt units, and you can see here now the footprint of heat is further out in the patio space. So these are 5,000 watt units. I have one in the center, and I believe each one is roughly about 8 foot center to center on each other. That might have to differ based on the fact of, can these actually be removed? So could you physically move one of these, spacers between the joists? Can you remove all 4 or all 3 rather? And can you actually, place this unit here? This would be my preferred application for this setup here. So I think that's pretty much about it for this lower section here. The last thing I was going to say too is, if it's available to place a 6,000 watt unit here, I would do that, but it looks like from what dimensions I could interpret that this probably wouldn't fit. But if you could fit a 6,000 watt unit in here, I would place them in place of these 3 5,000 watt units, and that gives you a much nicer footprint of heat throughout the whole entire span. So that would be the lower section here that I would how I would heat that up. We're going to keep it at the 5,000 would be my preferred. Let's go ahead and look at what we might do up here. So let's go ahead and turn this back on here. And then what I would do up here is one of 2 things. You could either do the 6,000 watt CD series, or you could possibly do a couple of the 5,000 watt units over here and a 6,000 over here. So let's go ahead and look at the footprints of heat for the 6,000 watt units. Now I'm assuming that this isn't going to be a heavily occupied space, so maybe the 6,000 watt unit would be fine for this location. You're going to get about a 12 foot throw left to right, and roughly from this edge here out you'll feel warm as long as you're within this 8 foot section basically. Out here you're not going to feel so much more of the warmth, but one other thing I want to show too, I'm going to show you this on the 5,000 watt units. You can see that the angles are slightly different. On the 6,000 I have it at 30 degrees, sorry for that, and on the 5,000 watts I have it at a 40 degree angle. So you can see that the footprint goes a little bit further out at that 45 degree angle, but it doesn't hit close to this edge over here like the 30 degree angle of the 6,000 I have here. So I'm kind of thinking the 40 degree would be better, but because I don't think you're going to be occupying the space right by the doorway. But in any case, I just want to show that there's 2 different ways of actually angling the heater. But again, 12 foot this direction, 8 foot away from the wall is the most warmth that you're going to feel with a heater mounted. I have it at 18 inches above that actual dimension that I showed here just a minute ago, which was the 6 foot 10 3/4 inch. So I have it 18 inches higher than that. So as long as we're meeting the clearances above the heater, which when on a vertical surface needs to be at least 12 inches from the top of the heater to any combustible above, you'll be fine. And I'm assuming that's going to be true up here as well. 12 inches above and you're fine. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to turn on the two 5000s, and I'm going to take this off just so you can see what that footprint would look like. The intensity is should be fine, as far as the distance is concerned. I have this marked out at about 8 feet, this distance here from the heater edge to the center of the footprint of heat, and this I have at 10 feet. So two 5,000 watt units versus one 6,000 watt unit would be fine for this application here as well. But again, 8 foot out is the most comfort zone area that you're going to feel within the heater mounted on a vertical surface like this. And then we also want to make sure that we have that the 12 inches of clearance above the heater. So I'm not quite sure that that's actually going to be met with the two 5000s. You might have to move them a little bit closer or down slightly. So, but yeah, I like this application here. This is probably my preferred application, using the 3 5s, 2 5s, and one 6,000 watt unit like that. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, send your information to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, not monetize. YouTube does not promote our channel in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers. And if this has helped you, it will really help us. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day.